Hey guys, it's me Gina, and I'd just like to say, as usual, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Gina, in case this is the first time you're stopping by. I am wife and mother from the Midwest, and I like to cook fresh meals for my family and occasionally treats, as you'll see in our recipe today. And sometimes I film the videos of the recipes and I post them here on YouTube. Today we are going to be making my top secret recipe for sour cream banana bread, and this banana bread is almost more of a cake. It will knock your socks off and it is so delicious. It will surely replace whatever recipe you have in your repertoire right now. Like, it's thebomb.com, and that's no joke. Our ingredients today, we are going to be using 3 ripe bananas, but you could get away with 2 if that's all you have. A stick of butter melted, 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. We're going to be using half a cup of white sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon to season it up. We're going to need baking soda and baking powder for the leavening agents. And then obviously we're going to use some all-purpose flour, a pinch of ground Himalayan pink sea salt, and then our secret ingredient, which is sour cream. And that's a half a cup of sour cream as well. I don't remember off the top of my head what the measurements of the baking soda and stuff are, so I will let you know as we go. And I think, because I happen to have some walnuts, I will be throwing these in. And I'm going to make this for my husband to take to work because I'm that kind of wife. So we're going to go ahead and get everything prepped. I will lightly grease a loaf pan with some additional butter that is not included in this measurement, and I'll be back in just a moment. I've got my little helpers here with me, so we'll see how this goes. The first things first is you're going to put your your stick of butter in a large bowl, and you're going to go ahead and melt this in the microwave until it's completely melted, not softened. And then I have the bananas in a bowl, and we're just going to mash them up because my blender broke and my NutriBullet broke in like 2 weeks. So normally I would blend those up just because it's easier and it doesn't matter for the texture of the bread. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on pause and get this step taken care of. Alright, our butter is melted. Into the bowl we've added half of a cup of firmly packed brown sugar, and then I'm also going to add a half of a cup of white sugar. And then we are going to go ahead and mix this up for a while until it's pretty much totally combined and it looks like caramely. And then I went ahead and I mushed up our bananas. Nothing fancy here, just trying to make sure there's not any huge chunks, or go ahead and blend them. I will be back to show you what this looks like when we're ready to add and measure our next set of ingredients. This is what your butter and sugars are going to want to look like, so they're not separating anymore. You will notice that when you first start to mix them, the butter will definitely separate from the sugar. So this makes sure that everything is nice and combined. And the next thing we are going to do is add half of a cup of sour cream, which I will probably have to scoop out. And then we're going to add 1 egg and then mix it in, and then add another egg separately and mix it in and make sure they're totally combined. And then at this point, I actually don't have any vanilla for whatever reason. I ran out. So if you want to, you could add 1 teaspoon of vanilla at this point. So let me go ahead and get the eggs incorporated in the sour cream, and I will be back. This is what your sugar, sour cream, egg mixture looks like. Nice and incorporated. Next thing we're going to do is going to pop these here bananas into the mixture and make sure that is well mixed before we go ahead and add all of our baking powders, our seasonings, and then start folding in our flour. Okay, so that has been mixed up and then sprinkled over the top. Wait, Olivia, you can do it in 1 second. I have added 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon, not 1 1/2, a half teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So now Olivia has been freaking out to stir something. So let's stir it, Olivia. Oh, wow, you're super wet. You want to help me?
Yeah.
Gentle. Good job.
Gentle.
Yes, gentle. Very good job, Olivia.
Sugar yum.
Mm-hmm.
So yummy.
It is so yummy.
Mix up.
Mm-hmm. Good job. All right, guys, I'm going to finish incorporating this, and then I'll get the flour measured out, and that's it. Then we put it up to bake. Okay, folks, we are going to go ahead and dump it. we are going to be adding 1.5 cups of flour to this
Me too.
batter. I'm just worried it's going to get all over my kitchen. Here, Lolly, let me help you. Circle.
Shuffle.
Here, let's put it a little closer to you. Just wait 1 second. Don't make a mess. Let me help you. And for the first edition, it's okay to use the whisk still, but it'll probably get too thick after. Whoa, 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 settle down. After that, we'll probably have to switch to a spoon and fold the rest in. And then we will just add in a little bit of walnuts. I'll probably add about 1/2 cup to a cup, I'll see. And then we're going to pour it into our baking dish and bake it off. Wait, Olivia. Okay, our 1.5 cups of flour has been incorporated, and now I just sprinkled some walnuts over the top. I'd say it's probably like 3/4 of a cup. I don't know. If you don't want the walnuts or if you're allergic, go ahead and omit them. And then we're just gonna mix this in. Go ahead and mix it, Olivia. Felicity is steady washing dishes. And then this is our buttered 9-inch loaf pan. I have before also coated this with brown sugar, a little sprinkling of it, and it does kind of make like a nice streusel in the corners. But since my husband's gonna take this to work and I want it to come out of the pan nicely, I just generously buttered it. And then I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I do have a convection oven, and it is on convection bake. So let me go ahead and put this into the pan, and then I will let you know how long we're gonna pop it in for. Okay, simple as that. I love this recipe because everything's done in one bowl. You don't have to like separately mix the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients and then fold them together in a larger bowl. So everything's in one bowl. Super easy. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. I've actually never baked this in my convection oven since I got it. So I'm actually, normally I check it after 30 minutes and just see how it's going, but this can go up to an hour. So I'm going to check it at 25 just because convection ovens bake a little bit faster. I will be back with my findings. So we will be back in a jiffy. All right, guys, I'm going to be doing this very quickly because I don't want to let all of the heat out. What you're checking for at 30 minutes is that the top is not getting too brown. Ooh, that was not a smart thing. And if it is, you're going to want to cover it with some foil. And then I am just sprinkling on a little bit extra brown sugar, which will caramelize on the top. And I didn't put this on before because it'll sink right into the bread. So this is just a little fancy touch. You do not have to do this. You can do it without it. And then I am going to see how jiggly that is in the middle still. It's very jiggly, just take my word for it. We're gonna set this for another 15 minutes. And then I'll be back to check. Yeah? Oh, you do need clothes on, girl. Say hi. Righty, folks. I don't think it's ready. I could just tell by when I pulled it out how much it jiggled. So we're just going to check it. Yeah, it's very soft. With a toothpick. And you know what? It came out pretty clean, actually. But that feels a little bit too jiggly for me still. I'm going to pop it in for another 5 minutes. Oh, man, all of the sugar is going to caramelize in my oven. That sucks. Let's see if we can wipe it and not burn ourselves. I'm gonna pop it in for another 5 minutes and we should be good to go. Alrighty, so this is our finished product. This will fall a little bit because it's poofed up because it was baking. And it'll just become a little bit more dense. I mean, not ridiculous or anything like that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and let this cool up here, and I'll take a picture of it to put like once it's fallen a little bit. But I'm not going to be able to do a taste test or cut it open because I'm sending it to my husband's work, and if I cut it open I'm going to eat it, and I shouldn't be eating that. So anyways, thank you so much for stopping by my channel and checking out my video for my famous sour cream banana bread. I hope you guys give this recipe a try, and if you do, I'd appreciate it if you could come back and throw a comment down there on what you thought of it. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you loved it, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe. I apparently cannot speak English right now, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I will pop a couple of extra videos here that you could check out from my other video selection, and thanks so much. Have a great day.